They actually made me stand on the steps of St. Patrick's for punishment, to watch my son be taken.
Tuam was probably the first supermarket in Ireland.
The only reason they fostered me was to help them work on the land.
When you go on to the 20s, 30s, 40s and 50s, there were various TDs of that time who asked questions in relation to the nourishment within the hospital or within the mother and baby home.
Tuam is not just a burial ground, it's a social and cultural sepulchre. That's what it is. Because as a society, in the so-called good old days, we did not just hide away the dead bodies of tiny human beings. We dug deep, and we dug deeper still, to bury our compassion, to bury our mercy, to bury our humanity itself.
Any woman that went in there had to suffer.
You know, they think like, oh, we've just this report and then that issue from the 50s and 60s is done. We've dealt with that now. But it's having such a long-lasting genuine. There's so many people like our family or me in the country.
She was sent back to the home, but she was fostered out again at 8 years old, out to Killileas family. And unfortunately, her experience there was horrific.
We see the financial consideration coming up again and again, that it was a concern over money. You know, the decision on whether to close this institution where hundreds of children died in appalling conditions, where children were forcibly separated from their mothers, that money was the main consideration.
We took their babies and we gifted them, or we sold them, or we trafficked them, or we starved them, or we neglected them, or we denied them, to the point of their disappearance from our hearts and from our sight, from our country, and in the case of Tuam, and possibly other places, from life itself.
These are the pictures that they gave me when we got the autopsy. That's not something that you want to remember your child like.